Did you also perform an autopsy on Devin Clark?
I did, yes.
And when did you perform that autopsy?
Refer to my report again. That autopsy was also performed on September 20th of 2022.
And did you perform his autopsy before or after Ms. Woods's, if you remember?
That was after Ms. Wood's autopsy.
Could you briefly summarize the findings of Mr. Clark's autopsy?
He had a total of 6 gunshot wound tracks on his body. There was a wound which entered his right upper back, went through his back into his neck, fractured 2 of the vertebrae in his neck, also injured the right internal jugular vein and right common carotid artery. These are the vessels, 2 major vessels that bring blood to and from the head, to and from the heart. The vein brings the blood from the head to the heart, and the artery brings the blood from the heart to the head. So both that vein and artery were injured in his right neck. And this wound exited from the side of his right neck. So again, entered the right upper back, went through the neck, injured 2 major vessels, a vein and an artery in the side of his neck, and exited from the right side of his neck. There was also a gunshot wound which entered his right upper back, further from his midline. This wound went through his back, through his shoulder, fractured his right first rib before exiting from his right upper chest above the right collarbone or clavicle. He additionally had a wound that entered his right buttock, went through muscle of his right thigh, and exited from the front of his right thigh. Another gunshot wound entered the outside of his left foot, fractured bones in the foot and the ankle, and lodged within the foot. So I recovered that bullet from the foot. I do believe, looking back, I misspoke with one of the gunshot wounds. So I will correct myself now. The wound that entered the right upper back did not actually exit. It lodged above the right clavicle. So the one which entered from the right upper back went through the back and fractured the right rib. Did not actually exit. The bullet was retained within the body above the right clavicle or right collarbone. Returning to a new gunshot wound, he had a wound of the back of his head. This wound went through his right neck, through his right cheek, and exited from his right cheek. He also had a gunshot wound that entered above his right clavicle, went through tissue of the right shoulder, went through the right scapula or shoulder blade, and the projectile was recovered from muscle of his right back. So there were gunshot wounds in his right shoulder going in 2 opposite directions. One was entering and lodged in his back. One entered from the back and lodged in his front.